Here are 11 essential tips for enduring a lengthy flight in economy. You should never do this on an airplane. If you're facing a long-haul journey in economy class, these strategies are for you. After all, little else challenges your endurance and your back quite like being squeezed between a couple of unfamiliar people for 15 hours, facing a questionable meal and a seat that barely leans back 3 centimeters. I'm about to share 11 must-know tips to get through a long economy flight, covering some unexpected errors to steer clear of and the one straightforward item that most people don't remember until it's far too late. First up, keep organized by using a personal item for your essentials under the seat. The most significant error that novice flyers commit on a lengthy journey is putting all their belongings in the overhead compartment, only to discover 3 hours later that they need most of it. This is precisely why a thoughtfully packed personal bag stored beneath the seat in front of you is a total game changer. You need your necessities within reach: your charging cable, your snacks, your toothbrush, lip balm, headphones, and neck pillow. You might even want a small face wipe to avoid feeling like you've been pulled through a desert after the 10th hour. Opt for a soft-sided bag with enough flexibility to be compressed under the seat without sacrificing all your legroom. You get extra credit if it has well-designed pockets, so you aren't digging around like you're on a quest for lost artifacts each time you need your eye mask. The concept is straightforward. Treat it as a survival pack, and you won't have to constantly access the overhead bin as if you're competing in an Olympic event. Remaining organized makes the entire flight feel more manageable, less anxiety-inducing, and puts you in command, even if the passenger beside you decides to remove his socks as if it's perfectly acceptable. Second, select the proper seat, as it can make a world of difference. Not every seat in economy is the same, and if you find yourself confined to one for over 10 hours, making the wrong selection can feel like a gradual method of torment. For those who require extra legroom, aim for an exit row or a bulkhead seat. Just remember that certain exit row seats have limited or no recline, and you are required to assist in case of an emergency. If you intend to get some sleep, a window seat provides a surface to lean against, and you won't be disturbed by others needing to use the restroom. However, for anyone who prefers to get up and stretch frequently, the aisle seat is your ideal choice. You have the freedom to stand whenever you like without having to ask 2 other people to completely rearrange themselves for you. Here's a small travel tip. If you and a companion are traveling in a 3-seat row, reserve the aisle and window seats, leaving the middle one open. On a flight that isn't fully booked, there's a good chance that seat will remain unoccupied, granting you extra room. If another passenger is assigned to the middle, they will almost certainly be willing to swap for either the aisle or window seat, so you can be together. Before you finalize your booking, review the specific aircraft configuration on a website like Seat Guru. Certain seats can have concealed disadvantages, such as restricted recline, entertainment system boxes taking up your foot space, or a location near a high-traffic zone. A brief inspection can prevent hours of discomfort. Your seat will be your residence for the next several hours, so ensure you secure the best possible option. Third on the list is to wear comfortable, layered clothing. You don't get any special recognition for getting dressed up for a long-haul flight. This isn't a fashion show. It's a pressurized cabin with recycled air where the temperature can fluctuate from icy cold to strangely muggy within a single hour. Your most effective strategy is to dress as if you were planning a lazy day at home, but with well-planned layers. I'm talking about soft jogging pants or roomy trousers, a top made of breathable material, a hoodie or a zip-up jacket that's simple to remove, and socks that will make your feet feel like they have their own first-class accommodations. Here's a tip that seasoned travelers live by. Pack a light scarf or shawl. It can serve as a blanket, a cushion, a neck warmer, or even a makeshift eye mask when needed. You'll be grateful you have it if the person next to you thinks blasting the air conditioning for the next 12 hours is the perfect atmosphere. Being comfortable is more than just feeling snug. It improves your circulation, lowers your stress levels, and make sleeping significantly easier. So, forget the jeans, get rid of the belts, and save your stylish outfits for when you land. The only impression you should aim to make on this flight is how completely relaxed you appear 10 hours in. Fourth, pack a refillable water bottle and make sure to stay hydrated. It's a surprising fact. A 10-hour flight can leave you more dehydrated than spending a day in the sun. The dry air inside the cabin pulls moisture from your body, and if you don't take precautions, you can end up with parched skin, a throbbing headache, and the vitality of a wet dishcloth upon arrival. So, absolutely, drink plenty of water. But don't depend on the miniature plastic cups that the cabin crew distributes every few hours. They provide barely enough liquid to wet your mouth, much less properly hydrate you. The better approach is to carry your own reusable water bottle. Ensure it is empty when you go through security, and then fill it at a drinking fountain or request a fill-up at a coffee shop. Once in the air, don't hesitate to request more water. Flight attendants anticipate these requests, and many will gladly refill your bottle from their larger containers if you ask politely. Steer clear of alcoholic beverages and limit your coffee intake, as both will dehydrate you and disrupt your sleep. You might feel like a celebrity enjoying a glass of wine at 35,000 feet, but you'll be desperate for an electrolyte drink and some aspirin by the time you touch down. Here's an extra piece of advice. Set an alarm on your phone to drink some water every half hour. It may seem a bit excessive, but it's surprisingly simple to forget when your system is in flight mode. Keeping hydrated will leave your skin in better condition, your emotions more balanced, and your body working properly, even when your seat hardly leans back and the passenger in the seat behind you won't stop nudging your tray. Before I dive into the final half of the video, if even a single one of these tips has been useful to you up to this point, I'd really appreciate it if you could tap the like button and subscribe. Doing so helps my channel connect with more travelers like yourself and signals to YouTube that you're interested in more straightforward, no-nonsense travel advice in your recommendations. Okay, let's continue. Fifth, utilize a travel neck pillow and blanket to achieve better sleep. If you believe you can get decent rest in economy without a neck pillow, you're either a mythical creature or have never been on a flight longer than 3 hours. Extended flights are tough on your neck and back, and those flimsy airline pillows are about as useful as a folded-up paper towel. A good travel neck pillow is a must-have. It doesn't matter if you choose memory foam, an inflatable one, or that popular wraparound device that supports your head like a cervical collar. The essential factor is support. The goal is to be able to sleep without waking up feeling like you've just gone a few rounds with the tray table. Combine that with a lightweight travel blanket or shawl, because it's true, airplane cabins can become cold enough to instantly chill your positive outlook. You can't rely on the polyester blankets the airline might provide, if they even offer them these days. Carrying your own guarantees, you'll be warm and can create a personal cocoon when the lights are dimmed. Sleep is the ultimate prize on long-haul journeys. If you can manage to get even a couple of hours of solid sleep, your body and mind will be grateful when you touch down, particularly if you're facing a customs line that stretches across the terminal. Number 6 is to bring noise-canceling headphones or earplugs. Imagine a wailing baby in row 12, a loud snorer in row 14, and the person next to you is enjoying an action film without any headphones. This isn't a made-up scenario. It's just a typical Tuesday on an international flight. For this reason, noise-canceling headphones or even basic earplugs are an indispensable item to pack. The sound of the engines by itself is akin to being inside a running hairdryer for 10 hours straight. Noise-canceling technology does more than just enhance your movie-watching experience. It safeguards your mental well-being. You can block out the surrounding bedlam and truly unwind, perhaps even fall asleep. If you're not a fan of over-ear headphones, opt for soft foam earplugs. They are inexpensive, small, and remarkably good at reducing the constant drone to a manageable hum. Believe me, the future you, trapped in a middle seat while someone crinkles a snack bag for a full 30 minutes, will be thankful you brought them. Seventh, put on compression socks to enhance your circulation. If you've ever disembarked from a long flight and it felt like your ankles had transformed into water-filled balloons, you're in good company. Puffiness, rigidity, and inadequate circulation are genuine problems when you're confined to a tight seat for over 10 hours. Compression socks are your hidden advantage. They aren't exclusively for your grandmother. These garments are engineered to maintain blood flow, diminish swelling, and decrease your chances of developing deep vein thrombosis. That is a very real condition, and it can affect you even if you are young and in good health. Quality compression socks exert mild pressure on your lower legs, which aids your veins in functioning correctly. You will notice the benefit upon landing when you discover you can still flex your ankles. As an added perk, they also help keep your feet warm when the cabin temperature drops. One traveler mentioned that they skipped wearing them on a 14-hour flight and couldn't fit into their shoes after landing. Take a lesson from that unfortunate person. Bring the socks. Eighth on the list is to bring your own snacks and steer clear of salty foods. Here's a novel concept. Don't count on the airline's meal service to keep you content. The food is frequently heavily processed, excessively salty, and served on an unpredictable timeline that has no regard for when you might actually be feeling hungry. Bringing your own food is a strategic advantage. It puts you in charge of what and when you eat, which can significantly impact your overall well-being during the flight. Choose items that won't make you feel bloated like a parade float at 35,000 feet. Good options include unsalted nuts, granola bars, fruit strips, crackers, or a simple peanut butter sandwich. Stay away from salty options like potato chips and pretzels, unless your goal is to feel like a dehydrated sponge upon arrival. Salt robs your body of moisture, and when you're already in a dry, recycled air environment, you'll notice the effects quickly. A couple once took a long-haul flight without packing any snacks, believing they would get a meal right away. They weren't served for 5 hours and had to shell out $18 for 2 small packets of trail mix. The takeaway is clear. If you're ever unsure, just pack the snacks. Both your appetite and your bank account will be grateful. Ninth, make sure to move around and stretch on a regular basis. You're familiar with that sensation when your legs fall asleep and your knees begin to make you reconsider your recent decisions. That's your body's subtle way of yelling at you to get moving. Long-haul flights in economy are more than just unpleasant. Remaining sedentary for extended periods can be genuinely hazardous. Making a point to stand up every 1 or 2 hours to stretch, take a walk down the aisle, or perform a couple of quick squats by the lavatories, yes, people actually do this, will improve your circulation, prevent your joints from stiffening, and make the journey seem slightly less eternal. If you have a window seat and feel strange about asking your seatmates to move every hour, you can at least do some exercises from your seat, like flexing your ankles, wiggling your toes, and doing shoulder rolls. Some airlines even feature stretching guides on their in-flight entertainment screens. This isn't just throwaway content, it's genuinely beneficial. One passenger recounted that they stayed seated for their entire 15-hour flight and had to hobble off the aircraft. Don't be that person. Get your body moving, and you'll be glad you did. Number 10 is to adopt smart sleeping practices. Think: seatbelt on top of your clothes, tray table down, and a quality eye mask. Achieving restful sleep in an economy seat is a feat worthy of an Olympic medal, but a few clever tricks can improve your odds. First, fasten your seatbelt over your blanket or clothing, rather than underneath. This prevents flight attendants from having to disturb you simply to check that you're secured. Second, if you intend to sleep during the meal service, lower your tray table before you fall asleep. This allows them to place your meal there without nudging you from your sleep. Also, never discount the effectiveness of a high-quality eye mask, not the cheap ones the airlines provide. A proper mask that completely blocks out light from the cabin and doesn't press against your face is key. When you combine that with earplugs or noise-canceling headphones, you have a legitimate shot at sleeping through the beverage cart, wailing infants, and boisterous passengers. Strategic sleeping is more than a matter of comfort. It's a matter of survival, especially when you're traveling across multiple time zones. A well-placed nap can mean the difference between landing feeling revitalized and feeling as though you were clobbered by a piece of luggage. Before I share the last essential tip, for those of you legends who have watched all the way through, please leave a comment with airport tips and tricks so I can give you a personal thank you. And listen, if this video has been beneficial to you in any way, I would be grateful if you'd give it a like and click the subscribe button. It's a huge help in supporting the channel and tells me that I should continue making videos like this. Okay, let's finish this with one of the most important tips I can give you. Number 11, clean your seating area and sanitize it to prevent illness. There is little that's more disappointing than kicking off your trip with a sickness, or even worse, an ailment that brings to mind a lavatory disaster. Let me give you the facts. Your tray table is filthier than a public restroom's toilet seat. Your seatbelt clasp, the entertainment touchscreen, and your armrests are all high-contact spots that are seldom thoroughly cleaned between flights. On lengthy journeys, germs have plenty of time to accumulate. This is why one of the most intelligent moves you can make is to pull out disinfectant wipes as soon as you get to your seat. Wipe down the tray, the controls, the armrests, the seatbelt buckle, any surface you might touch. The entire process takes under 60 seconds, but can spare you from days of being unwell. In addition, have hand sanitizer readily available in your personal bag and apply it frequently, particularly before you eat or after you've touched shared surfaces like the bathroom door handle. A couple posted online about how they both fell ill after a long-haul flight where they hadn't sanitized their area. They had to spend their entire honeymoon sick in bed and not in an enjoyable way. Take it from me, a $3 package of wipes and a small bottle of sanitizer can be the most valuable players in your carry-on luggage. So, maintain a clean space, protect your health, and arrive prepared for your trip, not for a trip to the drugstore. There are some critical new TSA regulations that you should be aware of before your next flight. I recommend you watch the video appearing on your screen now to prevent any issues or being turned away at the airport. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.